Steve, finally, pre-season is underway. Had a couple of sessions so far. How do you think it's gone?
Really well. Yeah, we've managed to get on some really nice grass pitches. The club have helped us out. I think it was important not to do a full pre-season on 3G because last pre-season injury-wise was a bit of a disaster, which really impacted the first sort of half of the season. So try to do everything we can this pre-season to give them the best chance possible to get a good start.
Now Saturday's going to be our first friendly away to Blyth Spartans. Obviously you're going to give all the squad a run out, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, really happy with the business we've done. Maybe another one to come in, but you know we've gone with quite a tight squad because we've tried to go with as much quality as possible. But it's really important that the lads are robust and durable this season. So yeah, everybody will be involved. Some might have to play a full 90 on Saturday. We're having a look at 2 or 3 boys as we did last season, but not as many. So yeah, we're looking forward. I think we're just about ready. We'll just do the final sort of prep and the final sort of session. We're not going to do too much work on the system Saturday. That we just want the lads to go out and play, but we'll get another really tough session into them tonight.
Some new faces. We've got Aidan Rutledge on board, and Will McGowan, Tom Allen, Josh Scott, and the one and only Pete Jameson. He's gone but come back.
Yeah, it's been a really tough summer goalkeeping wise because we've wanted Pete. We offered Pete a contract virtually as soon as the season ended, but Pete had a bit of thinking to do himself. He's had a busy summer. He's been married and he's had stag do's, and he's obviously rethought what he wants to do and going forward. So he's decided on the full-time route, but with a coaching role as well. And once we got the option of taking them at least for half a season, we were happy to get that done because by the time we'd waited for Pete to make his decision, there's a lot of keepers had been and gone. We had a really good chance of getting another goalkeeper in from a Premier League club, but when Pete came up eventually, we knew what we wanted. So he knows the lads inside out. He loves the club, and the only reason I think he didn't sign is he's took a bit of a career change regarding his own personal circumstances. So delighted to have Pete back, and all the boys have been great. Probably won't see Tom Allen for the first couple of games. He had a little procedure in the summer, which was obviously we had a good chat to the medical team, and it wasn't going to be an issue. But he's probably a couple of weeks behind the other lads. So maybe game 3-4 we'll see Tommy, but the rest have looked great and integrated into a really really good dressing room. I think part of the recruitment process was to make sure we had a really really strong dressing room, and we have. Tommy knows a few of the boys. Josh, obviously from the northeast, knows a few boys, and obviously Aidan and Will fit straight in. So now that it's just looking like not only a really strong squad but a really good dressing room, which is really important.
Yeah. So that sets us up for the league season, which starts with a home game against Chorley and then away to Alfreton.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, cliche. Obviously, there's no easy games, but it's a tough start. Happy to be at home, but a really tough start. If you put the games into kind of blocks of 4 and 5, certainly the first 4 and 5 are very difficult. A team just coming up, a team just came down, and I think the other 3 were top 10 finishers. So yeah, really really tough start. But as I say, we're confident that if we can keep everybody fit, there'll be real competition for places, because I think, I do think we've got a squad where every player would expect to play, and that's got to be good for competition and being able to rotate as well. We've got a lot of versatile players there, so we'll have a look at systems and players in different positions over the pre-season, and probably the back end of pre-season, obviously as it usually happens, look to put a team together that is going to start. But as I said, that team that starts, that's a game at a time, because as I say, we've got players in there who would expect to start in this league virtually every game, so that's good for us, but good headache for the gaffer. But they'll all be needed if we're going to achieve. If we're going to take that next step from last season, everybody will play their part. Everybody will need to be playing 35-40 games a season, and that's the aim.